guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Tales of Zestiria HD Blind with your host Dameol SC. So, last time we were in the dungeons of the capital city, Lady Lake, and we managed to go ahead and fight off the like Queen of the Naga thing, which was awesome. I totally misinterpreted that scene. I totally thought that the corruption that was in the palace was the corrupt officials. Simply because it still is a little bit weird to me to think about the fact that we are going to have things that are just in a dungeon and never interact with humanity spreading malevolence to humanity. It's not impossible. It still makes a degree of sense, but still it's unusual. It's not something that I'm, well, used to. So, other than that, though, we have decided to go off to some other city. I don't remember the city's name, but I'm hoping it will tell me before too long, because I definitely do not know what city that is, unfortunately. Check the save point. Oh, we have something.
I still can't get over their skills.
You mean those assassins?
Yeah, from what I could sense, they're practically Hellion class.
They're still just regular humans, aren't they?
I think so. But why aren't they Hellions?
Well, maybe they're good people? Good people? They're the most feared assassins guild on the continent.
You know about the scattered bones?
Scarcely a soul doesn't.
We don't.
No one's
Whoops.
seen their faces and lived to tell the tales, so this is all just conjecture. But rumor holds that they've been involved in close to 100 assassinations. Nobility, military officers, underworld bosses.
I don't know how
thought them just a colorful urban myth, but
Given their fighting skills, I'd say they're the real deal.
And yet it is a fact that they were not Hellions.
do you think there is a reason for this?
That I could not say.
A reason they don't turn into Hellions.
Please don't tell me you want to hunt them down and ask.
Who knows? We might meet them again whether we like it or not.
Boy, lucky us.
I don't know how impressive a number 100 is, actually. Because, I mean, how long has the Assassin Guild been around? The Assassin Guild's been around for thousands of years. 100 is like nothing. So, I don't have the context to understand that. And don't we already know that if a group of people are doing things that they consider to be justified, they will not turn into Hellions and they won't contribute to corruption? Hey, enemy.
I am your opponent, Hellion.
God dang it! You have no health!
Such is what I expect of the Seraphim's power.
Oh, interesting. Oh. So you have a talent that is the same thing, the fusion... The fusion doesn't cost that much gold anyway. I almost wouldn't know what to... Well, although, I guess my fusion points won't actually cost anything anyway. So I guess there's no reason not to use it, but it seems, I'm like it's not that expensive. So on to the bridge. Bridgey. I still crack up about the octopuses that are just crawling. Whoa, hold on, hello.
The ruins are coming.
Okay, that fight felt very rewarding. I was very happy with that. So here's a star. Hello, scene. Let's look at the bridge.
No one has done any work on it? How could this be?
I was totally expecting it to be done. That's the way the game's supposed to go.
Excuse me.
Why are you guys slacking off? Do you know I'm trying to, like, progress this plot here? God. Jeez, these guys expect a lot out of me. Well, you got rid of water spirit, but the river's still flowing. Fix that, too.
They don't really believe Saray is the shepherd at all.
Good. Better than them expecting too much of him. Besides, I'm sure Saray has bigger things on his mind right now.
Like fixing the bridge, you mean?
Yeah, I can't believe how little progress has been made.
I guess Marland is going to be quarantined for a little while longer.
I
Marlon,
want to
thank
do
you.
something to help them.
Oh, now that's interesting. So the regular soldiers are still back at the castle. They've got mercenaries working on this? Are the mercenaries being paid for the completion of the bridge, or are they being paid by the day? Because it totally makes sense that they're not really working. Well, granted, that is a really fast current, so maybe it's not that they're lazy. Or the mercenaries only protecting the craftsmen. Hey, it's, Othello from Xenoblade Chronicles.
You must be the shepherd.
Yes, I'm Saray.
Was that his name?
I am Naif, a representative of Marland, the town.
Apparently his name is Neil.
of the river. Lord Saray, I hear that you were able to stop the rampage of the water spirit. I cannot possibly thank you enough.
Oh gosh, that was nothing. Hey, Mr. Nath, was there something that you wanted to discuss with me?
Well, you see, thanks to your heroic efforts in putting a stop to the water spirit,
Yep.
the currents have calmed considerably, and we should be able
You
to
should be able to. I agree with that.
But I'm afraid it's still taking too long. I have to make my way back and deliver this medicine at all costs.
Huh, I see. Then,
Saray,
Yeah, you just shook your head. We already saw it once.
No, I apologize. It was wrong for me to ask favors of you just because you were
That's
shepherd.
interesting.
The destruction of the bridge itself was a warning to those who have forgotten their gratitude.
We're actually
for the
being told
sun.
not to do the stupid little side quest that all the other games make us do.
And devote my energies to aid in restoring this bridge.
I'm terribly sorry I couldn't help you.
Please, don't fret. Your very existence is a beacon of hope to us all. We should be thanking you for appearing in such dismal times.
I'll see if there's anything I can do on my end as well. I'm really sorry.
Saray is such a good person.
He's a good man. He hasn't forgotten his sense of gratitude to the Seraphim.
I really want to help him somehow. Lila, is there nothing I can do to aid him?
I ask as well. If it's just Saray and his squire Alicia, I should be able to use my powers to cross the river. We can take the medicine with us.
but if Saray uses his power as a shepherd to carry someone's goods, then everyone else will want to turn to use him as their own personal delivery
Yeah,
boy.
every other game it would be like, this person needs medicine, go
Not
help.
a freight company, you mean?
Then maybe we can ask a ferry captain to...
But then that ferry captain would just wind up having to deal with the same issue.
So, you're saying we should start by addressing the root of the problem?
Meaning we should just help restore the bridge, huh? And in a way that won't cause people to rely too much on the shepherd afterwards.
I wonder if we could maybe build a foundation for the bridge out of rock. Ask the Earth Seraph to help raise a riverbed or something.
But we don't have an Earth Seraph.
That's definitely something only the shepherd could do. And the repairs that followed afterwards could be left up to the people.
How about that?
Very well. That sounds good to me. To the west looms a mountain known as the Spirit Crest. If I'm not mistaken...
Oh, okay, I was gonna say,
dwells there.
there's a big problem with this plan, but okay, we've dealt with it.
Let's tell Alicia.
That is super interesting. Okay, let me talk to Alicia, then I have to talk about this for a second.
Do you have a moment?
Hey, I'd like to discuss this further
Kitty,
with
please.
you later. Be ready.
If you say so.
Trouble?
Well, I want to assist with the reconstruction too, for Marlin's sake. I asked, but
What?
Not going as well as you'd hoped?
You want to like pick up a trowel and start making a bridge?
Time to explain how I can be of service.
I mean, that's noble and all, Alicia, but you should probably stick to what you actually know about it. I don't think you're much of a mason.
Talk to an Earth Seraph who lives on the Spirit
Free
Crest
or
and
otherwise.
helping with the reconstruction. They could change the riverbed to form the bridge's foundation.
You can do something like that?
It's definitely a possibility.
Saray, I would like to properly convince everyone that I can help here. Would it be a bother if I were to stay
Worst
behind?
squire ever. You've been in the party for like a few hours and you're always like, I want to go do this.
We're counting on you, Alicia.
Kitty.
Right. Leave everything to me.
Then we're off to the Spirit Crest. See you in a bit.
I beg your pardon, but did you just say you were going
We
to
did say we're going to Spirit Crest.
Is there a problem?
Rayfolk's Spirit Crest is best avoided if you value your life. There is a reason that mountain is so frequently mentioned in the legends of the dragons. It is a place in which no man should set foot.
Legends of the Dragons. I don't remember anything like that coming up in the Celestial Record.
I love how Saray, even though he like lives and breathes the Celestial Record, still checks with Mikkolo and Lila to make sure that there's no possible way that, you know, there's dragons, like massive stories of dragons in there.
Found in every culture of the 8 dragons who betrayed the Seraphim and were banished to the underworld.
Kitty.
Our tales tell that one of those dragons still remains in Rayfolk's Spirit Crest.
But the Celestial Record doesn't mention anything like that.
Perhaps not. It's hardly reasonable to think that all the legends in the world can be encompassed in a single tome.
I appreciate the warning. But even so, that's where I'm headed.
But
Even though Saray's humble, he's still a stubborn RPG hero.
Lila's never heard of that legend either.
Don't actually know. I mean, standing here forever doesn't make any sense, and that's exactly what the game will do if I don't go to Spirit Crest. So I understand the motivation. Oh, that's okay. So they can't both manifest with just me. That's interesting. I wonder why. Okay. So what I was going to say before is I love the fact that this game gives
I'm ready.
Okay, sorry guys. I guess I'm distracted by a battle. I'm just like, oh, press buttons, gotta play. But I love the fact that this game really gives Saray a, like, I'm not going to say that most Tales characters are conceited or full of themselves, but Saray is just so naturally humble, but it also, the game really gives a reason for Saray to be as humble as he is. Not only is it in his character, and he's just shown that way from the beginning, but he's also, it makes a point of saying that we want Saray to be someone who, the general populace does not begin to depend on. You got to have this balance between a shepherd that saves the people, but the shepherd has to be a role model for the people. It cannot simply be Saray. Let me go back and see if there's a scene at the save point, because I had a scene. It can't simply be that Saray runs around and saves the world, because the whole point is for mankind to better itself from Saray's example. So that's a really interesting aspect, and one thing I haven't seen in a lot of Tales games before. Before, it's always just like, you're the hero, help everyone. No way, bird. No one wants you. No one thinks that you're the word. Alright, so save point? Nope. Came back for no raisin. No raisins will be had today. I still I'm still a little bit confused about which of these are Hellions. Are the squirrels Hellions? You know, I can obviously some of them are, but some of them are just wildlife, right? Is there any way for me to tell which one I'm being attacked by? I mean, it doesn't really matter. I'll kill them whatever they are.
The mountain certainly is impressive up close.
And awfully close. It looks a lot further than the last screen.
Spirit crest, but still, dragons?
Probably just a story some bard made up.
Certainly the last time I was here, there was never any sign of one.
You mean on your journey with the previous shepherd?
Hey, let's play a game. Pick a number 1 through 10. Got you! It was 12.
She's off the rails.
Must be that pesky oath of hers again.
Anyway, if there really were a dragon there, we wouldn't stand a chance against it.
So what? If we run into one, we better hightail it out of there?
Hopefully we don't run into one at all.
I am really, really, really starting to think that Lila has never been on a journey with a shepherd before. Because her oath seems to prevent her from talking from any experience that has to do with the previous shepherd. And that to me just speaks of, oh yeah, that I totally never actually had one. Alright. Chain Blast. For 3-hit combo, this lets you hold down right trigger to... Okay. New blasts. Huh. I guess I should actually use that then. What is that? That's a thing. It's alright, don't get hit by that. What are you doing? That could have been telegraphed to be clearer. This doesn't seem to be taking any damage. Help. Oh crap, and then help shows up. Wow. Persona? Holy crap, it is! It's Persona!
Can't take the heat, huh? Looks like Zavid here is gonna have to show you first-timers how it's done.
Seriously though, what was the point of him shooting himself in the head? Persona has a reason to do that. You just... And now he actually puts a bullet in it? Or is that what I'm seeing?
He killed it?
You bastard!
Hey, it was a Hellion, and Hellions belong in hell.
We could have safely quelled it. There was no need to kill it.
Looked to me like you were just getting your asses kicked back there. Besides,
Only the
that's
Saray
a
can't
kind of
dodge.
salvation. For some.
What? Why?
Oh, that's rich. I can always count on the shepherd and his posse to be a bunch of goody two-shoes, can't I?
You knew I was the shepherd?
A self-righteous choir boy facing off against a Hellion. Who else would you be? The name
Okay, I'm kind of like this guy.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, gentle shepherd.
What the hell?
How dare you!
The spirit crest is way out of your league. If a dragon were even to yawn in your general...
Sir, are you aware there's like whips in your veins?
Gone.
We are not here to battle dragons. Your concern is noted.
You're not? Well, that's no fun. Nothing adds spice to life like a sworn enemy.
I take it you are here to fight the dragon, then.
That had been the plan, yes. The plans, they change.
What is your deal, dude?
Serious?
Looking pretty good, aren't I?
Zavid, what is it you want?
Do you really think I'd be willing to just drop the shepherd and his toadies into the dragon's lap so we could gobble them right up?
Oh, here we go.
If you're so eager to get eaten by the dragon and compound his power, it's better that you die by my hand! Here and
Crap, has this guy not taking damage either? You just have a lot of hit points. It's hard to tell at times. Yeah, I'm not sure he's taking any damage. I do... He's not too hard to avoid. Yeah, we should go ahead and use an apple gel. So I am kind of low. Yeah, this guy is pretty easy to avoid his attacks. Well, so I said. Oh, okay. I actually thought it was a thing I was expected to lose.
That's enough, okay?
You're the one who attacked us!
I said I'm sorry already. Sheesh. I'm not your enemy. Let's
Now,
call it truce.
I think this guy's probably the Earth.
Fair enough. There's
Seraph.
no reason for us to fight.
See? Somebody here has their head on straight. And besides, we're all part of the same team in the end. You know what I mean?
Are we?
Sure. I don't plan on becoming anyone's sublord.
Sweet.
Yeah, I don't plan on becoming a sublord, so he's definitely the Seraph. I don't know if it's Seraph of Earth
I'll
necessarily.
leave you alone, your shepherdness.
It's Saray.
Sure. Saray the shepherd. Well, I got better things to do. Don't forget to run if you see a dragon.
Oh, gee, I just noticed he's wearing a freaking belt on his wrist. What is it with RPGs and their obsession with having belts everywhere?
You got eyes, don't you, Saray? Why don't you try using them?
What is that guy's problem?
His power. It doesn't feel like purification at all. Almost more like it feeds on malevolence.
I can't respect someone like that. A Seraph who would just kill a Hellion.
Yeah. It's sickening.
Let's be off. We have our own agenda to fulfill.
Right.
Well, okay. I have thoughts about that. On the first, I don't understand the revulsion to... I can't respect someone like that. Someone that would just kill a Hellion. The average Seraph can't purify. So, if he's been living alone all this whole time, he kind of has to kill the Hellions. He can't just continuously drive them off forever. You know? Sure, we have the power of purification, but before that, we were only not killing Hellions because we couldn't. The fact that he can, I mean, that's a better solution than just letting them linger. So, but that said... Oh, one second.
Just a moment. I want to bury them.
Saray.
He feels responsible.
Can they talk where he can't hear?
Let's go, Miklia. Lila.
But that said, I mean, his killing the Hellion is a lot more difficult to justify.
Shall we begin?
It's an armadillo! I'm sure it'll curl up.
Oh, you're sure, huh?
Because it's a lot more difficult to justify simply because we don't actually know. You know, he knew this shepherd was right there, so he knew purification was an option. So that means his kind of moral outlook. Oh man, I'm not used to her.
That's the way. Everyone okay?
Yeah, Lila's weird. One of the things that's a little bit bothersome is that if I'm playing as Micleo, who is kind of my favorite character to play at the moment, I don't mind Alicia either. If I switch Seraphs, then I switch to Lila. And I'm not great with Lila. But anyway, yeah, let me actually switch that. Let me switch that. That way I just control Sorey the whole time and don't have to worry about it. But yeah, what I was talking about before is that his apparently whole moral outlook on things is that if you become a Hellion, then you just deserve to die. There's no redemption in his worldview. Humans that become Hellions are just as bad as Hellions. And what is this? Oh, I guess we're running into the scattered bones faster than I thought we would.
Hey, aren't you from the Assassin's Guild? Why would you be after me?
Well, I doubt it's to give you a cake.
Do you realize how disturbed the people have become with someone like you running around pretending to be the shepherd?
Huh? But I mean, I am the shepherd.
Care to prove it, shepherd? As if you could.
Alright, another boss fight, like right after the last one. Interesting. Oh wow, and this boss fight is way easier than the last one. I'm getting pretty good at dodging, I have to say. Well, I was getting pretty good at dodging. Right towards the end there, I was just like, kill him, I don't care.
Such strength.
You fell down and went boom. That was super easy by More?
We should run. Something's odd about this.
You're right. They don't seem to be Hellions.
Seems to be a girl, though.
Agreed. If anything, I think they're intentionally giving us a chance to escape.
I wonder what her story is. And I only say that because in RPGs, the decision to make a character female is typically an actual decision. By default, most characters are male, so the fact they made a separate model for that person really says that there's going to be a thing that happens with her. Okay, I noticed that whenever I was using it, your Seraph stuff at the end of a long combo is much faster to come out. So awesome, I started to figure that out all by myself. Oh, hi. Will you get back here? Ow. I thought I'd jump over that.
I better get it together.
Ready? Purification complete.
Okay, so something just occurred to me, guys. When Sorey's alone, he can only have one Seraph accompanying him. Does that mean Sorey is a required party member for the entire game?
Surely this is fate.
Let's get him. How's this? That's the way. Strike out. I will smite it. Not yet. Get on. Don't escape. Get on. Strike. It's over. You were quite strong, but we're no pushovers either.
I suppose that would make sense because a huge part of the game is armatization, but it could also be that the squires learn to armatize later. I just don't know.
Be on your guard.
Hey, guys, leave me alone. I just still love this combat system, even though I'm not as good as it used to be. I'm getting better. Ow.
You were quite strong, but we're no pushovers either. What's that?
Hello.
Let's go.
Saray, what happened to your usual archaeology fever? I'm quite sure there's all sorts of things to research about that shrine.
I can't say I'm not interested. But there are people suffering right now because they're missing a bridge. I'll deal with it. There'll be plenty of other times for exploring.
I'm glad. I feel I may have been misjudging you this whole time. Please, forgive me.
No need to apologize.
That is...
Saray's usually so predictable.
Very true.
I predict we'll talk later, Mikleo.
That is a really nice moment there.
This place sure is beautiful.
I imagine the dragon legend keeps people away, so there isn't much chance for malevolence to accumulate.
There's some sort of shrine as well. Seraphim do live here.
Maybe all that talk about a dragon on the mountain was started intentionally by humans who were trying to protect the shrine.
Well, even if that's true, it doesn't look like it was very effective. Look at this. Someone left flowers. Proof that people
But we
ventured
just said
all
a
the way up
seraphim
here.
lived here,
A
Mikleo.
shrine, and yet no
There's
seraphim in
no
sight.
indication.
big
I mean, why
curious.
couldn't the seraphim left
A
it?
seraph doesn't usually wander far from the shrine where he's worshipped.
Could the dragon have gotten him?
Who can say? But if there really were a dragon here, I would expect far more malevolence in this area.
We'll have to move on and find out.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, I really... They've spent so much time building Saray up as just an archaeology nut that his saying no, look, there's more important things than my personal pastimes is a really nice gesture. But on that note, unfortunately, we are over the 30-minute mark, and so I'm going to have to go ahead and end the episode. Join me next time for the continuation of Tales of Zestiria, because Tales of Zestiria is awesome. It's awesome. And yeah, the other thing, just to mention, I don't know if you can tell much of a difference, but I did install a patch that increases this up to 60 frames a second, so hopefully it's a little bit of a smoother experience for watching it, because that is the idea. Anyway, I will see you all next time. Have a good one, guys.